Work says no hearing aid allowed. Is this legal? Doctor-approved paperwork given to work. They still insist I wear normal earplugs, but my hearing aid adjusts to sound and works better to block noise. I want to be able to actually hear the forklift coming so I don't get hurt face with rolling eyes. This is when you tell them they need to provide over-ear protection in order to accommodate your hearing aids. It's a reasonable accommodation for your disability that is not an undue financial burden to the company. If they fail to accommodate, they have absolutely violated ADA. If in US, this would be in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, especially since you have a written record from your physician. In the UK, the duty of care is owed to each worker as an individual. So they would have to adjust the PPE to accommodate you. It's interesting to me how many people are saying rock the hearing aids only and risk damaging ops ears more. Lol. Ask for over-the-ear muffs. If it is a high enough dB level, hearing protection is required by law. Even with a doctor note, you cannot ignore that. So just ask them to accommodate your needs with specific hearing protection. It's no different than someone who wears glasses and needs to wear safety glasses. They have options to protect you while allowing you to use the things for your quality of life. Found the answer, and it involves in getting information regarding your hearing aid and giving the information to your employer. https www.osha.gov/lawsregs/standardinterpretations/20140902. The earplugs are for safety PPE, yes? And they don't want you to not wear them in favor of hearing aids? Sounds more like a liability issue. They don't want you losing more hearing and trying to sue. Talk with safety and your doctor about it. You probably need documentation that your hearing aid protects at the required decibel level. I am curious what hearing aids you have that work to block noise. My Enhance is all noise. They definitely don't have OSHA-approved noise canceling on them, but your work definitely should have over-the-ear hearing protection as an option over earplugs. I personally can't stand the earmuff type protection because they are hotter. Ask them to provide attenuating earmuffs. That way you can hear on the factory floor. But they will cut out the sound altogether if there is a loud noise. 3 meters Peltor are the Type 1 use. If they are a good employer, they'll get you some Bluetooth ones so you can use your phone on the shop floor. This is what I do. Yeah, you may want to look into ADA accommodations that your employer is required to adhere to. My wife was a warehouse manager for a chip company. There was a requirement for the workers to wear ear protection, even the deaf guy. My husband was hit from behind by a forklift that had its backup beeper disabled. Drove up half his leg. Snapped the bone in his calf. Foot crushed. He never heard it coming and was walking away when he was hit. He was 4 years from retirement. Same company for 25 years. A 30-year Teamster and forced to take early retirement and now permanently disabled. Lives with constant pain. Financially we're fine, but life in constant pain sucks. Ear protection is important, but yeah, you have to be able to hear those machines. Fight back and good luck. I dispense hearing aids. Even though some hearing aids advertise that they can reduce noise, they are not hearing protection like a set of earplugs muffs are. They reduce noise only in that the directional microphones try not to pick up background or noise come from certain directions. A noisy environment can still damage your hearing even if it doesn't sound loud to you. Over-ear muffs may be a good alternative to earplugs. However, I usually advise my patients who work in environments that require hearing protection to take their hearing aids out for the duration of work that requires hearing protection. Obligatory. You are not my patient and I don't know your situation. This is not medical advice. Talk to your audiologist. Are your hearing aids officially rated by some fancy organization to block sounds to the required level they need? Not all hearing aids are created equal. They really should have given the option for over-the-ear coverage, but maybe stuck in yes, no and not thinking of options, so you'll have to ask. We had a completely deaf person here. Still had to wear earplugs and take the hearing test every year. If you're in the US in a company that must abide by OSHA regs, then refer to this. This also is for general industry, not construction or maritime, so you'd need a different standard. Side note, I find it hard to believe hearing aids would have a NRR of 22 decibels or better, which is common among earplugs. Make sure you're documenting everything. Definitely not legal. Yet another problem that can easily be solved with a nice conversation between two humans. But instead it's between a cogwheel and a brick wall, and nothing gets resolved without checks notes involving lawyers. Please follow this up seriously. My grandfather was actually run over and crushed by a forklift at work, we assume because he didn't hear it. Earplugs in. No hearing aids. Americans with Disabilities Act. Google it and they can help you. I use hearing aids that have different modes. I usually switch between car mode and normal mode, but I also have wind mode and restaurant mode. If your hearing aids have similar functionality, I would totally look into it. My hearing aids are part of who I am. Asking me to remove them would be like asking me to take off my arm. The main caveat is that hearing aids are generally intended to help you hear sounds you can't. But don't suppress sounds beyond your range of hearing. If the decibel level in your workplace is beyond your hearing range, you could still experience damage. That said, there are many external ways to reduce decibel levels without forcing you to remove body parts.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.